Man, today has been such a great day. You know, after a day like this, I could really go for a nice YouTube video. I'm just gonna go on to youtube.com/Kiwikatgamer for some quality videos by me. Let's see, we got this one. Oh yeah, I like this one. Oh, this one's my favorite. Now I've seen all these though, and I remember all of them. Let's go back and check the ones that I did back when I was starting my YouTube video. I'm sure this will be great.
Probably some of these sounds, like whistles and bells and ding-dongs and ho-hos and little baby snacks. But anyway, I'm off topic. So this song, this is actually when I was just a little kid, this was actually one of my absolute favorite songs, with exception to the next three. Because this song's about boats, we're gonna dedicate a little song to the boats. Boats! So, you could either listen to me sing terribly, or you could listen to the song. By the way, I'd recommend...
Alright, that's it. I don't give up. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm redoing this video completely, and you can't stop me. Hey everybody, it's Kiwkatgamer, and welcome to the redoing of my top 10 favorite Banjo-Kazooie songs. You know, my reason for doing this is still pretty much the same as when I did it back when I was like 10 years old, but, I'll explain it a little better this time. The music is pretty much one of the most memorable things in the entire game, or at least to me. I can never really go an entire day without thinking of at least one Banjo-Kazooie song, at some point in the day or another. I've already spent like 2 minutes talking about this, and I haven't even gotten to a single one of them, so let's just cut all the chatter and get to number 10. Bubble Gloop Swamp. So, yeah. I guess the ambience of the music was a theme, and I guess went into part of how good the song was, or how much I liked the song. I don't really know what I was thinking back then when I made this list. Anyway, this song is really good because, well, yeah, the ambience, but also because it's a really, I guess the level itself doesn't really play part in the list itself, but it goes really well with the level. You can very much tell that every part of this was composed for this level, and I guess that's really a theme for all these ones. So, and overall, it's just a really fun and bouncy song. It's not really as memorable. I don't find myself walking around humming it, which is a theme of a lot of the other ones that I had in my past list, which I guess is why I didn't put it on the last list. But what am I talking about? We're not talking about the last list. We're talking about this list here. I'm putting it here because, well, after revisiting it, because I rebeat Banjo-Kazooie, I realized how awesome this song was, and a lot of songs like that are going to be popping up here. Number 9. Glitter Gulch Mine. Hey young Kiwikat, I have a question. How the frick did you forget this music? This is the best. Obviously it's not the best because it's number 9 on the list, but still, it is definitely a really awesome song that you completely neglected to put in your list at all. Well, I guess that's why I'm fixing that, aren't I? There you go. Sorry to snap at you, young Kiwikat. You were still pretty cool for a 10-year-old. While this song does lack the ambience of Bubble Gloop Swamp and some of the other ones on this list, it does still succeed completely at being a very memorable song. So much so that, when I was walking around my house after revisiting it, I couldn't help but go... But yeah, it's an awesome song, definitely a really good song, and it shows up very early in the game, which is a plus, because it's something to really look forward to. It just occurred to me now that the songs that appear earlier are the ones that I remember more often. Maybe it's because those are the ones that I got to when I was younger, because I was never really good at them. But, I completely forgot songs like Gobi Desert or Mad Monster Mansion. Completely forgot what those songs were like. Anyway, I'm rambling. So, this song is really good. Pretty good. That's what I'm finishing with. Number 8. Yes, I'm doing this one again. Yeah, I just couldn't reason with myself to not put a Rusty Bucket Bay on this list. Rusty Bucket Bay is just one of the most, I don't know, as far as I know, one of the most well-known songs in all of Banjo-Kazooie. Doesn't really make it my favorite, not really. And as I said, as young Kiwikat said before, it really does kind of, have some sort of ambience with it. And I guess I guess I can agree that there is some ambience with it. I'm not going to say that dumb stuff that he said before, but, yeah, I will agree that it does have some ambience to it. And it is a pretty good song, It doesn't make leveling us awful and angry-inducing, but, you gotta take the good with the bad. At least I can enjoy some awesome music while I'm dying a million times because of that stupid engine room. Number 7. Jinjo Village. Yep, I had to add this one too. And again, it's kind of the same reason that I added it back in, when I was 10 years old, or at least I assume so. Maybe it's just the weird way that I'm interpreting it, but it feels like there's this very strong theme that this is placing. Like, all this bad stuff just happened to Banjo-Kazooie, and all this other stuff, and like, I'm hearing the music's like super peaceful and almost in an innocent, ignorant sort of way. Again, maybe it's just the weird way that I'm looking into it, but I don't know. I can't help but feel that there's some sort of deeper theme to this song. There's also kind of this theme of there's a new adventure starting. After all, this is the first new place that we see in all of Banjo-Tooie. So there's kind of this sort of, wow, look at this new, this whimsical, that's the word I'm looking for, whimsical feel to it that, there's a new adventure happening. Yeah, get ready, because it's going to be twice as good, at least double the quality of the first game. And plus, it gets a bunch of points for catchiness. This is probably, like, I don't know, I'm gonna make a young Kiwikat joke, but in my top 7 most catchy songs of the things in this list, it's probably in my top 7 of on a catchy scale. Give it a 7 out of 10. Number 6. Huh? How'd this get booted all the way back here? Well, let me explain. The reason I put it all the way at number 1 on my last list was pretty much only because I was kind of standing up for Banjo and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. And while I still think it is a really good game, and scratch that, it's a good game, really, scratch the really out, put an X through it. It's not a really good game, but it is a good game nonetheless, and this is one of the more memorable songs from that game. It definitely doesn't beat any of the other ones on this list. It's just, I'm kind of putting it here, not even at the halfway point, kind of like as an honorable mentions, and kind of, I guess, confessing why I put this here in the first place. And it's also here where I'm going to be kind of adding a new point system for how these all are graded from here on out. I'm adding a new little tally point called nostalgia, how much it tugs at my own nostalgia, my own personal nostalgia. The other ones were just like kind of the making of them and like the idea of them and some of the stuff that goes with them, but these ones are all about my personal connection towards them. So this one definitely has a lot because it grabs a lot of the old ones from the old songs, but it isn't the old songs. It kind of adds its own little mixing to them. And anyway, that's all I'm trying to say. We're gonna move on right now. After you listen to the last, like, another, like, minute or so of this, I don't know. Halfway point. Now clearly I must have spent a lot of time at this level, and especially with the music on, because I remember this level a lot. I remember the music especially when I was really younger, probably 8 or 9, or, even before I even started making videos. Because I've known this music for a long time, I can, if I was blindfolded and you played this music, I would know exactly where it came from, and I'd know like exactly, I mean, there's not really much to know from it. Pretty much what I'm saying is I'd memorize the song, and I could probably hum along to it, with it, and know where in the song we are. I didn't really think it'd be fair to end this this part off without making our debut from our good old friend Zanky.
Moldy cheese.
Alright, I'm glad. I mean, got anything to criticize about how I write my scripts?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Zanky. And have a nice day. Go back and get back into the place. I'll need you next time. Now I'll use you next time. I need you to criticize my own work. All right? Thank you. So yeah, major nostalgia points because I remember this. Very good, catchy. It's very catchy. The ambience kind of goes with it. There's a lot of seagull noises and stuff. And yeah, especially when you go up onto the lighthouse tower. I'm kind of adding this as a side part, but when you go on top of the lighthouse tower, could you please cue that music, please? It's very peaceful and calm all the way up there, and all you hear is the seagulls. So yeah, that definitely adds the ambience to it. Number 4. Yeah, this one again, too. I'm serious. From the very first bum 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 bum, and then the little cackle, you know you're about to have a great old time here in Banjo-Kazooie's overworld that isn't Spiral Mountain. Catchiness? 10 out of 10. You cannot tell me that when you hear this song, you don't want to immediately walk around and go bum ba 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 bum ba na 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 na, walk around your house making that noise, thinking you're inside Gruntilda's lair. Come on, now, you can't tell me that. You can't tell me that this song does not get stuck in your head. It is a masterpiece of catchiness. Ambience? Pfft, don't even get me started. The music of this place literally changes based on what level you're around. It is a masterpiece. It is a most beautiful ambience that could ever have been done to this, and it's amazing. It keeps repeating a familiar tune, and you recognize it, but as you walk by, different levels, the music changes, and it's amazing. Well, hold on then, Kiwi. Why isn't it all the way up at number 1, I mean? Well, unfortunately, the only answer I can give is nostalgia. While this does have a lot of nostalgia connected to it, not nearly as much nostalgia as connected to the following ones. So, yeah, sorry to disappoint you, any of you grunty, layer fans out there. I know there's one guy, I remember he commented. Yeah. Number 3. Wait, whoa, what? How are you gonna put this right after the one that's pretty much the exact same one? Why didn't you just connect them both together as the same thing? Again, the only answer I can give, really, is nostalgia. Now, if I had done this maybe 3 weeks ago, like I intended to do this, my answer, this probably wouldn't have been on the list at all. But I realized that this is actually a really crowning moment, at least in my life, because, just a few weeks ago, I beat Banjo-Kazooie 100%, and it was amazing, and this song was like the crowning achievement of it. So immediately, my nostalgia boosted way up. Also, the ambience that went along with the last one applies to this one, so it's pretty much the same score as catchiness and ambience as the last one. It's just an amazing final boss battle, and it really puts you on edge, but also gets you really pumped. That's the best kind of boss fight music. That's like, like in Undertale, Megalovania, that puts you on edge maybe, but it doesn't, it isn't like, wow, this is the final battle. It's like just super on edge, ready to fight. This does a very good balance of both of them. Makes you want to keep fighting, makes you want to hum along, makes you want to do all this stuff. And again, it's an amazing piece of music. Grant Kirkhope is the best person. He wrote all of these, and he's the best. I'm going to put that in the description right now. I'm going to do that right now. You can watch me. Number 2. Oh, you know darn well this was gonna be on here. There's no way that I'm making my top 10 favorite Banjo-Kazooie songs list without putting this one on here. And let me explain why. Every freaking time that I listen to this magnificent piece of music, I can't help but think of Christmas and holiday spirit. And every time, even when I'm in the middle of playing it and it's the middle of summer, I can't help but feel like it's Christmas all of a sudden again. So based on that statement, I'm pretty sure you can tell that, my nostalgia rating for this is already really high. Catchiness, I mean, I learned how to play this song on the piano based on memory alone. You can't get any more catchy than that. And finally, ambience. Well, all the instruments fit super perfectly. It feels like you're actually there when it's doing it, and it's just an amazing piece. But it's not my favorite because something hits every point that I've been trying to, grade this on. Ambience, catchiness, and nostalgia. It hits every single point perfectly, and this is it. Number 1. All 4 seasons of Click Clock Wood. Man, you know, I'm gonna try my hardest to translate that because it's very hard, so hard to describe the 4 seasons, the music of the 4 seasons of Click Clock Wood in words that, are understandable and that meet all these wants. But I'll give it my darndest. So let's start with Spring. After all, that is the first one you go into, and it was very high on my list on the last one. Now, the Spring one does it, and it's just amazing. The birds that sing with the thing are the same birds that are in the level, and when you walk around, it feels like it's spring. There's no other song that could go any more perfect with that. It's so good. All these songs, these 4 songs, are so amazing that when it's spring and I'm walking outside, this is the song that I think of, and just every time. We move on to summer, and again, it's just amazing, just a 10 out of 10. Couldn't it even be more perfect for that? It feels like this, kind of this slow waltz, kind of like reminding you to take it easy because it's summer. And even as the bees that sing with it, are you kidding me? That's awesome. And oh my goodness, the summer part, it's just it fits so perfectly, just like spring fits so perfectly. There's no other noise that could have been added that could have made this any more perfect. Ambience, 100%. The bees just make it 100%. Same goes for spring. The birds, 100%, just makes it amazing. We move on to fall, and it's just it suddenly goes kind of quieter, and it's a little more hollow, a little more cold. It's not winter cold yet, obviously, but it's and the birds that blah, blah, little the whippoorwill, and it reminds you of being in woods, in deep woods, which is where you are. And again, just 100%. Couldn't have been any better. Amazing song. I'm adding all these to the same one because all of them are just amazing. 100%, 100 out of 100. I can't explain, as I said before, blah, 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 because it's just amazing. And finally we get to winter, and it's gone completely slowed down, and it sounds so cold, and it sounds like you should just be cuddled up in a blanket, and it just sounds like it just matches winter perfectly. All these sounds are exactly the kind of sounds I imagine when I think of winter. Maybe that's because, the nostalgia points are all the way up, because this is the level that I knew, when I was really little and I didn't even know how to play the game. I came here and just it was just best. And okay, so the music, I feel like it takes a lot of inspiration from the Freeze Easy Peak level, and altogether, these 4 just completely encompass everything I love about the soundtrack of Banjo and Kazooie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what you thought in the comments. Was it better? Was it any worse? Let me know. Was I completely wrong? Was I not allowed to like any of those songs as my favorite songs? You can put it in the comments. And if you want to click in the description, I'll have the original one that you can watch if you really, really want to. But keep in mind, it was when I was 10, and it's not very good in my opinion. Also, we have on the left, you can click on another top 10 that I did. It was kind of a rant about League of Legends, so if you're into that, you can click that. Or if you click on the right, there'll be my Adventure Island 3 video. That's what they'll be. I completely forgot what that was there. So okay, I see that now. Thanks, Editor Kiwi. So yeah, that'll be it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and bye!